Good morning, students. In the last lecture of the object-oriented programming, we learned the concept of constructor and its respective types. The constructor is a special member function whose task is to initialize the object or to initialize the values to the data members. This is an constructor. There are different types of constructors that we will learn in detail, that are default constructor, copy constructor, parameterized constructor and dynamic constructor. These are the different types of constructors present in C++. Now in this lecture we will start our next point. This is the last point in your second unit, that is destructors. Destructors. The name itself tells destruct means destroy or delete. What delete? Destruct or delete or destroy the object means destructor. You know that the constructor is called whenever the object of a class is created. Okay. Then destructors. Why to use destructors? The destructor is a member function. Destructor is also the member function which destructs means deletes an object. Constructors are used to create the object and destructors are used to delete an object. When is destructor called? The destructors have, or a destructor function is called automatically when the object goes out of scope by the function call ends or by the function ends or the program ends or a block containing local variable ends or a delete operator is called. In these four situations, the destructor function is automatically called by the compiler. In short, the destructor is a member function which destroys or which deletes an object of a class. Let us see the introduction for the destructor. A destructor is a special member function that is automatically called when an object is destroyed. The destructor is also one special member function, and this one is automatically called whenever an object of a class is destroyed or the object of a class is deleted. Destructors are member functions with the same as the class preceded by a tilde character. This tilde character is used to represent the destructor in C++. Means destructors are the member functions that are preceded by the tilde character, and the destructors also having the same name as the class name, but it is preceded by the tilde character. For example, the destructor for the circle class would be named tilde symbol and circle. If there is one class named as circle, then for that circle class the destructor name is like tilde symbol and circle. In the same way that constructors set things up when an object is created, destructors perform shutdown procedure when the object goes out of existence. Means The destructors are called whenever the function or the object goes out of scope. For example, whenever the function in the program will ends or the program will terminates, means program ends, or a delete operator is called in a program, then program scope goes out of existence. In that situation, the destructors are called. The primary usage of destructor function is to release the space on the heap. You know that in a memory representation, heap data structure is used for storing the data, and the destructors are used for deallocation of the memory. The destructor functions releases the allocated space into the memory, and that space can be occupied for the another class or the another function. This is the main use of the destructor. Destructor deallocates the memory. Destructors deallocates the memory occupied by the object, and this space can be utilized or used by another object. For memory release process, the mainly destructor function is used. The destructors are invoked by the compiler implicitly when the termination of program takes place. Destructors are called by the compiler whenever the termination, means end of a program taking place, means whenever your execution of program will completed, then compiler called the destructor for the deallocation of memory. Next is the syntax of the constructor. How to define a constructor in a class? Suppose this one is the class, then there is an constructor for creating a object, and after that, after declaring or after defining the constructor definition, after that destructor definition will call. It has the same name as the class name, but it is preceded by the tilde symbol, and here one is the body for the destructor. Suppose there is a class sample. This class sample contains number of data variables and member function. Then in the public section we define the constructors and destructors. The constructor for the class sample is given here, sample. After that, after defining the constructor, we call the destructor function. How to call destructor function? How to define destructor function? By using this tilde symbol. Tilde symbol represents the destructor. By using tilde symbol and class name. It is the syntax for the defining destructor. Tilde symbol, class name, and after that we can write the body for the destructor. Definition for the destructor. There are certain rules for defining the destructor functions in a class. When you want to define a destructor in a class, there are some rules. That rules can be followed by you. A destructor name must be same as the class name which is declared and prefixed or preceded by a symbol tilde. The destructor name must be same as the class name. Constructors also having the same name as the class name. That same way the destructors have also the name same as the class name, and it is preceded by a symbol tilde. It does not have any return value. The destructor function does not return any value to the user. It is declared as a public member function. The constructors and destructors are mainly defined in the public section in the class. Next one is the it takes no arguments and therefore cannot be overloaded. The destructor functions does not take any argument, so destructors are not overloaded. Like constructors, we can overload the constructors. It cannot be static, constant, variable or volatile, means that is virtual. We cannot define the destructor function as a static function, or it is constant or variable or volatile. Next, it is automatically called when the object is destroyed. The destructor function is automatically called whenever the object of a class is deleted from the memory or it is destroyed from the memory. The destructor specifies how an object is deleted. The destructor function specifies how the object is deleted from the memory. Let's see the example for the destructor. Here is an class line. In that line class, there are two member functions, set length to assign the length and get length to return or to display the length. Then next, there are constructors. There is one constructor line, and after that constructor here called the destructor. The destructor called with tilde symbol. The constructors and destructors both having the same name as the class name. Next, in the private section, there is one variable length. Next, this is an class declaration. Then the member function definitions are written outside of the class. For accessing the function outside of the class, we use the scope resolution operator. So, by using the scope resolution operator, we call the constructors and member functions outside the class. First, here is an constructor definition. Line is the class name. Here, line is the class name. By using the class name and scope resolution, we access the constructor, destructors and member function outside the class. After scope resolution, there is a constructor name. It simply displays, when constructor calls, it simply displays the message object is being created. Means whenever the object of a class being created, then constructor function calls and that writes the message object is being created. Next, the destructor function is called by using the class name, scope resolution operator, destructor function name, and it simply displays the message object is being deleted means whenever the program execution is completed, means whenever the program terminates, then destructor function is called. So it displays the message last object is being deleted. Next, there are two member functions in the class, set length and get length. The definition for the set length and get length here written. Set length function is used to assign the value to the length variable. Simply, length function takes one double value of length, and it assigns to the length variable. This is an formal value and this is an actual value. Formal value of the function is assigned to the function's actual value, and get length function is used to return the length, return the inputted length. See the main function. In the main function, object of a class is created. Means whenever the object of a class is created, then automatically compiler calls the constructor. So first constructor execution is taking place. So next one is the line dot set length, and here we want to assign one double value, but because here set length function having a parameter double length, so it takes the parameter any double value. For example, here I will give here 6.0. Next, after that, it displays the length of a line. By using get length function, it returns the length of a line and return 0, means here program execution is completed. So here after completing the program, the destructor function is automatically called by the compiler. Means whenever you compiled and executes this particular program, then it returns the output as object is being created, because our execution of C++ program starts from the main function. Okay, so first in the main function we creates the object of a class. Means whenever we create the object of a class, then constructor function is automatically called. So it displays the message object is being created. After that, the member functions of that particular class is called. Line.setLength means here the setLength function is called. Here length value is 6. After that, here setLength is 6.0. So it assigns the 6.0 value to the length variable, because in the set length function we write the definition for that function is length is equals to length. Means here formal value functions, set length functions formal value is assigned to the length variable. And then after that there is an length of line is equals to line.getLength. Here getLength function is called by using the object. Okay, so here getLength function is used. GetLength function defines the return value for the length. In the getLength function definition, there is an code that returns the value for the length. So simply it returns the length for the line. So it displays the message length of a line is equals to 6. And last, after completing the execution of program, whenever the program goes to termination, the destructor function is automatically called. Whenever the destructor function called, the destructor code is executed. In the destructor function, we return the output message as object is being deleted. So at last this displays the message as object is being deleted. This is all about the destructor function. See this program. In short, destructors in C++ are member functions in a class that delete an object, and they are called when the class goes out of scope, such as when the function ends, the program ends, or a delete variable is called. Also, the destructors have the same name as their class, and their name is preceded by the tilde symbol. The syntax for the destructor is similar to the constructor. The destructor name should exactly match with the class name, and the destructor declaration should always begin with the tilde symbol as shown in the syntax. When goes the destructor gets called? There are some situations. In that situation, the destructor function gets called. The destructor is automatically called when the program finished its execution. Next, when a scope means the parenthesis containing local variable ends, or when you call the delete operator. In this situation, the destructor function will call. There are certain rules for defining the destructor. That rules are shown here. And the last we will see the destructor program, how the destructor function executes in the C++. This is all about the destructor function. Okay, thank you.